You ever notice how nobody celebrates the first $2,000? People flex 100K savings. They flex six-figure income. They flex their portfolio screenshots. But no one posts, just hit $2,000 in cash. And that's weird, because statistically, that number might change your life more than your first $20,000 invested ever will. Let me explain. My name is Bell. I spend way too much time thinking about wealth-building psychology and long-term financial systems. And today, we're talking about a number that sounds small, but quietly changes your behavior forever. Here's the thing about $2,000. It's not about the math. It's about what it does to your nervous system. Before $2,000, every unexpected expense feels like a threat. Car makes a noise? Stress. Dentist bill? Stress. Random fee? Stress. After $2,000, you don't panic. You pause. That pause is power. Most people think wealth is about growth. It's not. Wealth begins with stability, and $2,000 is usually the first real stability milestone. When you don't have a cash buffer, you enter what I call the scarcity loop. It looks like this. Unexpected expense, to use credit card, interest accumulates, cash flow tighter, next emergency hits harder. It's not that you're bad with money, it's that you're under-resourced. And under-resourced people make short-term decisions. That's not a character flaw. That's biology. Your brain under stress shifts into survival mode. No long-term thinking, no investing confidence, no calculated risks, just reaction. $2,000 interrupts the scarcity loop. Here's something nobody talks about. Cash changes how you negotiate. When you have $2,000, you're less desperate for overtime. You're less afraid to say no. You're more willing to wait for better opportunities. That's leverage. It's subtle, but real. People who have even a small cushion apply to better jobs, ask for raises, walk away from toxic situations because they don't feel trapped. $2,000 reduces desperation, and desperation is expensive.
I know what someone's thinking. Shouldn't I invest that instead of letting it sit? Mathematically, maybe. Psychologically, no. Investing while constantly fearing emergencies creates volatility in your behavior. You'll panic sell, you'll hesitate, you'll second guess. Emergency cash stabilizes your investing personality, and personality greater than returns. Because if you can't stay in the game, the math doesn't matter. Here's the twist. The difference between $0 and $2,000 feels massive. The difference between $20,000 and $22,000 almost invisible emotionally. Early dollars change identity. Later dollars just increase scale. Your first $2,000 tells your brain, I can create margin. And once someone believes they can create margin, everything changes. They stop seeing themselves as behind. They start seeing themselves as building. Most people chase income upgrades. Few people chase identity upgrades. But when you hit $2,000 saved, you become someone who doesn't panic, someone who plans, someone who buffers risk. That identity compounds faster than interest ever will, because behavior scales wealth, not motivation. Why not $1,000? Because $1,000 barely covers modern life. One car repair can wipe it out. $2,000 gives breathing room. It covers a major car repair, a deductible, a short income disruption, travel for emergencies. It's enough to absorb impact, not eliminate risk, but absorb shock. And financial shock absorption is step one.
If you're sitting at $0 right now, this isn't shame, it's strategy. Here's how you build it. 1. Separate account. Physically separate. 2. Automate small transfers weekly. 3. Cut temporary lifestyle inflation. 4. Sell something non-essential. 5. Use windfalls strictly for buffer building. Speed matters early, because the sooner you escape the scarcity loop, the sooner you can think clearly. People underestimate small stability milestones, but asymmetric wealth isn't built on hype. It's built on structure. First, stability, then investing, then scaling. Everyone wants step 3. Few people respect step 1. Your first $2,000 isn't impressive on Instagram, but it might be the moment your financial anxiety starts fading, and that is bigger than you think. If you're building your foundation instead of chasing noise, you're already ahead. I'll see you in the next one.